Really changed a bit. You look just like you just was when you were at camp. I know that. You know, I had a feeling you were going like this.
Is this your friend from school?
Yeah.
Hi.
This is my buddy in crime.
Yeah, we used to do a lot of bad things.
Yeah, we did him teaching.
They haven't seen each other since
I haven't seen no
What, 30, 40 years?
Oh, no longer than that.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I'm so glad. Oh, man. Too bad you didn't have a little We could have rolled it.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, man. I was looking so much.
Oh, me too. Me too. My wife got sick. She just got out of the hospital. She wanted to be up here so bad.
Now we can get you two racing. There you go. You got two scooters there.
Program started. My name's Randall Partner. I'm the Master of Ceremonies today and President of Rolling Thunder, Chapter 5. Thank you, everyone, for assembling in the ride today and sticking around for the ceremony. We have many wonderful displays. The moving wall, Michigan Fallen Wall, DAV is here. So I would like everyone, if you are seated, please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. A moment of silence for those who gave their lives for our country. Thank you. Pastor Fox.
Thank you, God bless you. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for you being here today. You didn't have to, but you did. You made a decision. I just want to say thank you for that. I want to ask every one of you that if you haven't walked over to that wall, to go over there and stand before it, there's a real presence there that can be felt. My heart breaks for all of them, for all of them that made a decision to enlist, to join into the military forces, and for all the parents that have lost a son, a daughter, some have lost their dad, their mother, a brother, or a sister. But there's been a lot of loss, and a lot of blood. And you wonder sometimes, where can the healing come from? Where is there any comfort? And the Bible says in the book of Luke in the 4th chapter that Jesus come to mend the broken heart, to heal them that are wounded, that got scars. We all have wounds. We all have scars. But there have been many that went off the road that did not come back. And those that, a lot of them that did come back, did not come back the same way. There's a missing plate at a table with an empty chair where somebody used to sit. So for that, I want to give honor and give thanks for all of our military, and I want to give thanks today for all of them that put on the uniform every day and protect our communities. Respite to save people's lives. We all want that. So I want to say thank you. God bless you for that. Heavenly Father, as we come before you here today, we thank you. We give you praise. We give you honor for life and to have life more abundantly. Some have lost their life. Their life has been cut short. Lord, I know the Bible says that we live, we breathe, we move, all in you. So I thank you, Lord, today as we call upon you to protect our military that is overseas and abroad, all around the world. For them that got up this morning, that may not make it to their bedrooms at night. We're just praying, Father God, today that you just increase in strength, to bring comfort, to bring some joy, to bring some strength, to bring some encouragement. That, Lord, that you bring some love. That, Lord, that we would love one another. As, Lord, as you said, to love one another. As Christ has loved the church, we are to love one another. So I pray, Father God, today that you would just move on our hearts as we walk through this place here today, as we give honor to our military, and as, Lord, as we give thanks for one another. And Lord, today as we gain friendship and relationships with them that are out here on this lawn here today, God, we say thank you. We ask for your protective hand upon all of them that are giving the ultimate sacrifice in Jesus' name. Amen.
All right, I'd like to introduce Debbie Drick, Executive Director, G1NBC, and proud parent, along with Jay Drick of U.S. Army Sergeant Lee Woody. Active duty 3 tours in Iraq and 1 in Afghanistan. Debbie will be singing the national anthem. Thank you again for everybody for coming. It's great to see so many new and familiar faces. While we hadn't intentionally planned it this way, today is also Armed Forces Day, a day set aside to pay tribute to all who serve in the United States Armed Forces. So I'd like to thank all those brave men and women for taking on a job so important to the safety and welfare of every single one of us. A job that can lead them to the real reason we are here today, to remember and honor our fallen heroes, all the brave men and women who paid the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom. Men and women who knew what the outcome could be, however unselfishly they did what they had to do. We are here also to honor and thank the families of the fallen for all the pain, suffering, and heartache that they have endured. Our gratitude cannot easily be put into words, but our thoughts and prayers are with you. May God bless the veterans from all wars, World, Korea, Vietnam, Middle East, and other conflicts. Please raise your hand and give them a round of applause for these men and women. Thank you and welcome all. explain a little bit about what Rolling Thunder is. While we started out this event with a motorcycle ride, we are not a motorcycle club. We are a nonprofit veterans organization that is dedicated to educating the public that there are still prisoners of war missing in action from every war, to hold the government accountable for them and help veterans who suffer other injustices. We as a nation and as a people cannot forget. There are still over 80,000 missing from every war. Our organization regularly donates our time and money to veterans in need, sponsor veterans foster care homes, veterans homeless shelters, and visit the VA hospital. Some of our veterans speak to youth groups about the honor of serving their country and educating them about the POW-MIA issue. We donate POW-MIA flags to local area schools, youth groups. We perform flag-raising ceremonies, flag lines, motorcycle escorts, welcome home and send-off tributes for those currently serving. Rolling Thunder Incorporated members are old and young, men and women, veterans and non-veterans. All are united in the cause to bring full accountability for the prisoners of war and missing in action from all wars, reminding the government, the media, and the public by our watchwords, we will never forget. I'd like at this time to introduce the Honorable Nick Proctor, Mayor of Howell, Michigan, an adjunct faculty member with the Security Executive Council. He has over 35 years experience gained through work with international business and government, including the U.S. Army Intelligence Corps. Thank you.
Thanks, Dwayne. How about a round of applause for all the good work Dwayne does? It's amazing. Good afternoon. On behalf of the residents of the City of Howell, the Howell City Council, the Downtown Development Authority, the Howell Area Chamber of Commerce, welcome back to Howell. We're excited to have you back for the 2019 version of the annual Ride to Remember. Your presence here today helps us all remember those that served their country and came home. In particular, however, Rolling Thunder chapters throughout our country remind us that many didn't come home, either giving their lives in service to our republic or remaining missing in action or captured during hostilities. So all of you veterans here today, thank you so much for your service. Parenthetically, as an Army veteran myself, I particularly want to do a shout out to the Army. Go Army! And kudos to the Marine Corps, Air Force, Navy, and Coast Guard too. I got to throw those in, but I got to say, go Army. Last year I highlighted how important I believe the work of Rolling Thunder's Committee of National Government and Veterans Affairs is. Their work on legislation has a direct impact on those that remain missing in action or held captive. And if I can this year, I'd like to highlight a few new initiatives that are in Washington. On May 3rd, just a few weeks ago, the U.S. Senate passed Senate Bill 693, which is the National POW-MIA Flag Act. Sister Act in the House, H.R. 1579, is now being considered. This will allow the POW-MI flag to be displayed along with the stars and stripes on certain federal buildings 24 hours a day. Senate Bill 514 is the Deborah Sampson Act, which will amend Title 38 of the U.S. Code to improve the benefits and services provided by the VA to our women veterans. H.R. 326 is the Victims of Agent Orange Relief Act of 2019, which will augment support to our Vietnam veterans exposed to and suffering the effects of Agent Orange. And lastly, really important to me, is a bill in the Senate, Senate Bill 785. And the title of this bill is the Commander John Scott Hannon Veterans Mental Health Care Improvement Act of 2019. Kind of long-winded, but you get the thrust of it. Every day, every single day throughout our country, we lose veterans from suicide. After years of suffering from depression or post-traumatic stress syndrome, that simply cannot be sustained. We've got to turn that around. This bill will improve the mental health care provided by the Department of Veterans Affairs, and I believe it's long overdue to augment those services. These legislative initiatives are being supported by Rolling Thunder and are a result of bipartisan initiatives in Washington. You heard that right, bipartisan. Wouldn't it be nice to see more of that bipartisanship in other areas of national interest? In closing, I want to thank you for what you're doing locally, statewide, and nationally. I hope that while you're here, you'll be able to enjoy some of the amenities of our good town, a 2018 Great American Main Street Award-winning town. We have some fantastic restaurants, some pubs, and some neat art that's gone around town this past week, and a food truck rally that's happening just a few blocks northwest of here. So again, thank you for your fantastic work, and thank you for being here today. We'd love to have you back in Howell next year and every day in between. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. I'd like to introduce Kelly Trudell Bracey. She's a singer-songwriter, member of Rolling Thunder Michigan Chapter 5, and recipient of the President's Call to Service Award for volunteerism from President Obama for her work with veterans. It is the highest level of the President's Volunteer Service Award. She will be singing one of her original songs, Vigilant Soldier. Thank you, Kelly.
I was nominated by veterans. You assure me and you encourage me to, Kelly, feel free to pull that trigger when you write your songs. I believe in truth. As hard as it is today to discern that in this world, right? The price of freedom is eternal vigilance. It's not me that said that. Thomas Jefferson, one of our founding fathers. You all know that very well, veterans and heroes and those on the wall. We must be eternal together in assuring that we have freedom. Okay. Don't go anywhere. I was inspired to write this song when I sat in the living rooms of Gold Star families, specifically the Sopers, the Wheelers, the Beelers, and the Collins. Matthew Soper died in 2007 in Iraq. Brett Beeler, Afghanistan, 2006. James Collins. And sitting with these families, they said, please, we don't want you to forget what our men, what our sons and daughters have done in giving their all. No greater love than this, than he who lays down his life for his friends. So I wrote this song for them and all of you. still watching over.
I would just like to thank a few of the following people and organizations that helped us out today. Brighton Ford, the City of Brighton, City of Howell Fire Department, G1 NBC, Greater Brighton Area Chamber of Commerce, HERO, Livingston County Board of Commissioners, Livingston Daily Press Argus, the Michigan War Dog Memorial, Motown Hog Chapter. These guys, they're not right around the corner, but every year we ask them to help escort the ride here, and without question, they're here all the time, every time. Please give them a big round of applause. They don't have to do it. I would also like to thank the City of Inkster Police Department for sending out 3 motor escorts today. Again, they have a little bit of a drive to get here. They didn't have to do it, but they did. We needed it, and we thank you so much. Striking Lanes Bowling Alley, WHMI, DAV 125, Mark, Bill Lynn with the Michigan Fallen Wall, and I think that's about it. But thank you again for showing up and participating. Now I'd like to introduce another guest speaker, Jay Drick, attorney, former Livingston County Magistrate, and former Livingston County Commissioner. Thank you.
Riders, friends of Rolling Thunder, this is a great day to honor and remember our missing in action, Gold Star families, and our prisoners of war. I compliment you and can assure everyone Rolling Thunder is the best friend of these groups. You are devoted to the goal of correcting the past by rescuing and comforting our military defenders of freedom and liberty. And I repeat, I called you friends. Historically, Rolling Thunder did not always exist. Permit me to take you back in time and to a place where Rolling Thunder did not exist. And more, I consider this historical event to be the true ancient origin of Rolling Thunder. The year is 25 BC. Call it 2,000 years ago. The nation is Greece. The city is Syracuse, ruled by a vain and vicious tyrant king who commonly jailed and killed people who spoke against him. We're in the courtyard of the palace. A young man is tied and chained on his knees, head on a chopping block. Definitely a condemned prisoner. He'd been jailed a month earlier for slandering the king. The executioner's axe blade is sharp. It glistens in the sun. The king is just about ready to order the axe to fall when there's a commotion at the courtyard door. A young man is yelling and trying to bull rush his way in. The king looks him over and allows the fellow his entrance. This young man tells a story of being on a sailing ship bound for Syracuse. It's attacked and looted by pirates. He's robbed of all his possessions, beaten, thrown overboard to die in the ocean. He struggles to swim ashore, only to have his sandals and his clothes shredded on sharp rocks. He persists on finding a road to Syracuse, but he can't hire a ride, as he's broke. Still, he pushes on by running. Pushed to exhaustion, he reaches the king's palace. This second young man then announces and insists his head be chopped off in the stead and place of the tied and chained prisoner. stunned, speechless. In all his days as a selfish tyrant, this king has never been faced with such a tale of obstacles overcome, followed by a demand to die. And thus, you have just been a witness to the origin of Rolling Thunder. Let me explain. A month earlier, this exhausted, dirty, bleeding man had slandered the king, and he had been the one arrested, jailed, and condemned to death. Boldly, he requested a month delay to go home, arrange his affairs, and say goodbyes. The king refused, saying he would never return. He would run away. His best friend in the audience, named Damon, stepped forward, vouched for Pythias's promise to come back, and Damon volunteered to be jailed and die in the place of Pythias, his best friend, if Pythias failed to return in 1 month. The king agreed, thinking that Pythias would never come back, and then surely he would surely let Damon die. Damon was put in chains, Pythias left. So here is an ancient account of Pythias, best friend of Damon, battling all obstacles to save the life of a prisoner and set the prisoner free. In my opinion, this is the origin of the core value and purpose of Rolling Thunder. You are a 2019 band of friends who gave their promises to friends to return, battle obstacles if you had to save and set prisoners free. In your veins flows heroic blood mixed with ancient, timeless values, compelling you to do the work of the rescued. You are that Pythias, here and now, in 2019. You persevere to save your friends. You do not forget. I honor and salute your bravery, your values, and your commitment to do the right. Kindly do me a favor. Before you go to sleep tonight, remember to ask the Almighty in prayer to give you strength equal to that ancient friend, Pythias, to sustain our cause. In closing, may God bless and protect all our prisoners of war, all our MIAAs, all our Gold Star families. God grant them hope, comfort, and courage to know help is on the way as friends rescue friends. God bless Rolling Thunder and the United States of America. Thank you.
Thank you, Jay. I'd like to mention one person here. Well, first, I forgot to mention the Marine Corps League. Every time we ask you to come and help us with this event, you're always here also. I skipped it on the line, I apologize, but thank you for coming out again today. Very much appreciated. Give them a hand. In the blue Mustang we had today, we had our Grand Marshal. His name is Victor Stoddard Sr. Can you raise your hand, Victor? Let everybody know where you're at. Victor is a Navy veteran, Vietnam. He's from Downriver. We also have what's the right word? The honor to take him to Washington, D.C. next weekend for Memorial Day. Victor's never seen the Vietnam Wall, and Rolling Thunder's taking him to D.C. and helping him out with that. So. And also on a side note, one of our members, Jim Hoskins, when he heard Victor's name, there's Jim right there, he says, I think I went to school with him, grade school. This is the first time they've seen each other since grade school, so happy class reunion. Now I'd like to introduce Debbie Drick to sing Airborne Infantry.
This is a song for those of you who don't know, my youngest son is a sergeant, and he called me from when he was on one of his tours, and he was very emotional and said, "Mom, I heard a song today, and you need to learn this song, and anytime you can, sing this for veterans. You won't understand it, but they will." So I've kept my promise. My daddy was a soldier in a foreign war, but he didn't like to talk about it anymore. He kept a picture of my mama right by his heart. He'd give it one last look before the fighting would start. He said, "All I ask is that you don't forget, 'cause the war's not over when the fighting ends. There's a part of me that will always be just a boy in a hole with an M16, airborne ranger infantry. I left my best friend lying in a pool of blood while I crawled away through the brush and mud. If I could choose to go back again, I'd die lying there next to him. I still see his face when I close my eyes, and I won't forget his sacrifice. There's a part of me that will always be just a boy in a hole with an M16, airborne ranger infantry. Well, I didn't do it for the money, didn't do it for fame. I didn't do it so the world would remember my name. I did it for my family and my country, and my brothers who died lying next to me. And all we ask is that you don't forget, 'cause the war's not over when the fighting ends. There's a part of us that will always be just boys in a hole with our M16, haunted souls and memories, airborne ranger infantry.
Thank you, Debbie. And our final speaker for today, Marty Eddy, Secretary Treasurer, POW Committee of Michigan, and Michigan State Coordinator, National League of POW MIA Families. Marty?
Good afternoon. On behalf of the National League of POW MIA Families and the POW Committee of Michigan, I'd like to thank Dwayne Oparka and Rolling Thunder Michigan Chapter 5 for the opportunity to say a few words to mark the 2019 Ride to Remember and Armed Forces Day. The mission of Rolling Thunder and POW MIA family organizations such as the National League and the POW Committee of Michigan are not dissimilar. The League and the POW Committee share the same threefold mission: to obtain the release and return of all prisoners, the fullest possible accounting for the missing, and the repatriation of remains of those not yet recovered who died while serving our nation. A huge part of Rolling Thunder's mission is to educate the public about American POWs left behind after our nation's wars, to help correct the past, and to protect future service members from being left behind should they become prisoners of war or missing in action. It's more than appropriate that we talk about the POW MIA issue on the day to honor currently serving members of the armed forces. Pardon me. The work of POW MIA family members, organizations such as Rolling Thunder, veterans organizations, the Defense POW MIA Accounting Agency, and countless concerned Americans to account for for the Missing sends a clear message to those who are in uniform today. We will not abandon you. If you are taken prisoner by enemy forces or become missing in action, we will come for you. Yesterday afternoon, I attended a ceremony to induct 12 veterans into the Michigan Military and Veterans Hall of Fame in Lansing. The inaugural group included 2 former prisoners of war, Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Jefferson, Tuskegee Airman P-51 pilot and a World War II POW, and Lieutenant Colonel Donald Digger Odell, U.S. Air Force F-105 pilot and Vietnam War POW, and 2 crewmen who led rescue missions in Vietnam. United States Air Force Pararescue Specialist Chief Master Sergeant Dwayne Hackney, and U.S. Army helicopter pilot Lieutenant Colonel Charles Kettles. Colonel Jefferson was shot down over Toulon, France during his 19th mission on August 12, 1944. He was a POW in Poland and then in Dachau until liberated by the U.S. Army 3rd Armored Division. Lieutenant Colonel Odell was shot down near Hanoi, North Vietnam during his 17th mission on October 17, 1967. He was a POW for 5.5 years in the infamous Hanoi Hilton before being released during Operation Homecoming on March 14, 1973. Neither of these men could have known how long they would have to endure the brutal, inhumane treatment of captivity before they came home. But come home they did. And between World War II through the most recent wars, there are over 82,000 Americans who still wait. United States Air Force Chief Master Sergeant Hackney flew 200 missions during 2 tours in Vietnam. His helicopter was shot down 5 times during a 2-month period in 1967. During his second tour, he escaped a fatal wound when a bullet entered the front of his helmet and exited the back during a rescue mission on April 9, 1971, a successful rescue mission. Hackney died on September 3, 1993, at the age of 46. Lieutenant Colonel Kettles flew many missions during his 1969-1971 tour of duty in Vietnam. He was awarded the Medal of Honor in July 2016 for his actions as a flight commander when he led a flight of 6 Huey helicopters to bring reinforcements and rescue the 1st Brigade of the 101st Airborne Division, which had been ambushed in the Song Tra Khao riverbed. Colonel Kettles died on January 21st, 2019, at the age of 89. Neither of these men could know the full measure of gratitude we owe them for saving the lives of so many of their comrades. I speak of these 4 men and their past service to send a message to the young men and women currently in service to our nation. We will always go for those who still remain prisoner and missing. We will never give up. And for you who currently serve, we will come for you. Thank you again for the opportunity to be here today. God bless each of you. God bless Rolling Thunder. God bless the great state of Michigan. And God bless the United States of America.
Thank you, Marty. In front of the podium, you'll notice a table, and I'd like to explain the meaning of that table. It is the missing man table. The table is round, to show our everlasting concern for our men still missing. The cloth is white, symbolizing the purity of their motives when answering the call to duty. The single red rose displayed in a vase reminds us of the life of each of the missing and their loved ones and friends who keep the faith, awaiting answers. The vase is tied with a red ribbon, symbol of our continued determination to account for our missing. A slice of lemon on the bread plate is to remind us of the bitter fate of those captured and missing in a foreign land. A pinch of salt symbolizes the tears endured by those missing and their families who seek answers. The Bible represents the strength gained through faith to sustain those lost from our country, founded as one nation under God. The glass is inverted to symbolize their inability to share this evening's toast. The chair is empty. They are missing. And Kelly, with another song of hers, The Sound of Hope. Thank you.
Song before I do it, especially this one. It's very significant. I did not write this song. I sat at a campfire with veterans at a veterans reunion that I was invited to perform at, and I'll never forget, Perry says, "Kelly, you got to write a song called The Sound of Hope," and I did not know what that meant. Excuse me here. I am my own roadie. It says, "Kelly, it's the sound of the medevac." And that just sent chills up and down my spine. And so I can see, yes, the sound of hope. And my Uncle John flew the medevac in Vietnam. And my Uncle Simon was a Marine in Vietnam. And my Uncle Paul was a combat engineer in Vietnam. Uncle Paul passed away due to the effects of Agent Orange. And my Uncle John, who flew the medevacs, now has Parkinson's. So, this song, you will hear the Huey. When I hear this song, I think about my Uncle John flying in to rescue. I wrote it for you, but you got to know this, and you wrote the song. I only wrote what you said to write. Hang on there. Fighting for his life, he hears his sergeant say, "I won't let you die, brother, keep holding on, soon we'll be safe in the arms of God." Can you hear them through the storm? An army of angels coming to take us home. Every soldier knows the sound of a hope. Whoa, 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 whoa. The sergeant radioed the medevac. We need a battlefield extraction. We're under attack. He told this man we're gonna be alright. We will never leave a soldier behind. I love you.
Thank you, Kelly. That song always gets me. It's so full of truth and meaning. So thank you. Thank you. The ones that we're honoring today, soldiers and war dogs. Before I do that, I'd like to give a big shout out to one of our members, Randy Cooley, who was pretty much in charge of this event, the work and everything he had to go through to get everything. Some of the stuff didn't quite want to fit right, but we made the puzzle right. So, thank you, Randy. When I read the veteran's name, if you could please step forward to show everybody and then step back and just hold the name in front of you, please. Lieutenant Corporal Thomas Torment, 22 Milford, 1991. Staff Sergeant Tom Christensen, 42, Livonia, 2003. Private First Class Jason Myers, 23, Howell, 2003. Specialist Donald Wheeler, 22, Jackson, 2003. Corporal Michael Hanks, 22, Gregory, 2004. Specialist Donald McCune, 20, Ypsilanti, 2004. Major Gerald Bloomfield, 38, Ypsilanti, 2005. Lieutenant Corporal Andrew Kilpella, 22, Fowlerville, 2005. Specialist Wilson Algrim, 21, Howell, 2006. Lieutenant Corporal Brent Beeler, 22, Jackson, 2006. Specialist Brent Dahl, 21, Brighton, 2006. Sergeant Curtis Howell II, 32, Ann Arbor, 2006. Lieutenant Corporal Min-hee Kim, 20, Ann Arbor, 2006. Corporal Gary Kohler, 21, Ypsilanti, 2006. Sergeant Greg McCoy, 26, Weberville, 2006. Sergeant James Collins, 35, Jackson, 2007. Corporal Mark Kidd, 26, Milford, 2007. Sergeant Matthew Soper, 26, Jackson, 2007. Sergeant Douglas Stone, 49, Milford, 2007. Specialist Brian Foudy, 19, Prisoner of War, Waterford, 2008. PO 3rd C. Ben Castiglione, 21, Milford, 2009. Sergeant Anthony Birch, 35, Howell, 2010. Lieutenant Corporal Dominic Chiamatrio, South Lyon, 19, 2011. Specialist Ahmed Alte, 41, Ann Arbor, 2012. Private First Class Damian S. Bushhart, 22, Waterford, 2003. Specialist Joseph M. Lancourt, 21, Swartz Creek, 2007. And for the military working dogs, Cheyenne, D233, PEDD, U.S. Army, 2014. Beatty, H-163, PEDD, U.S. Navy, 2014. Pito, L-590, PEDD, U.S. Air Force, 2012. Cena N641 IDD U.S. Marine Corps 2017. Ike N278 SSD U.S. Department of Homeland Security 2019. I'd like to introduce Debbie Drick now to sing Amazing Grace.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that made a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Through many dangers, toils, and snares, I have already come. 'Twas grace that brought me safe thus far, and grace will lead me home. When we went back 1,000 years, bright shining as the sun, we've no less days to sing God's praise than when we first begun. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me.
Thank you, everyone. This concludes our program. Our Vice President, Willie Long, he'd like to mention
Hi guys, I don't know if you guys remember last year, we had a distinguished guest here, a Gold Star mother. She's back again this year. So I want to recognize Debbie Ott, who's standing right back there hiding behind people.
I got to meet her in 2007 when she lost her son in Iraq. So please give her a round of applause.
And thanks again. Please have a safe ride wherever your next journey is. If you have time, please go about the other vendor or the businesses here, the Veterans Associations, the wall. Check it out. Show them that you support them too. But thank you to every one of you that came and supported us today. Thank you so much.